Welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Mariah. If you are new here, welcome. If you are not new here, welcome back. Hey y'all, hey. Today is Friday, February 27th. And yes, it's been a minute since I uploaded. New hair, new nails, new everything. It's been a little rough, y'all. I came on today just to kind of give y'all an update a little bit about what's going on in my life. I have a therapy session at 10. Right now it's 9:16. So I'm gonna try to get this little update with y'all like in the next 45 minutes or so. Anyway, yeah, so I have so much work to do. I feel like this planner that I had bought and I showed y'all in the previous vlog has been very helpful. However, I find myself like just really using this for school, because I know when I have Pilates, I know when I have work. This is like school appointments and like little details of things. So it's nice to have that, but like to have my phone as well to like kind of keep me on schedule, you know what I'm saying? And it helps too because I connect all of my appointments and stuff on my phone, and it shows me like what time like my therapy sessions and stuff like that is on my phone too. So like using both is very, very beneficial. So anyway, I have been really trying to navigate like just like having the schedule that I have with work and school, and then this healing journey that I'm on. I felt like I'm just like getting all of these revelations and learning so much about myself and the version of who I am now. Like I keep seeing the girlies talk about starting over in your 30s. And that was me. That was literally me. But I realized, girl, it's not starting over. It's realignment. It's you getting your mind, body, and spirit in alignment to do God's will. You know what I'm saying? For your life. And so I literally had to check myself. I said, yeah, like I can relate, you know, to everybody like starting over in their 30s and all these things, but like it's really called realignment. It's really called like getting back to the things that God has called you to do, getting back to your authentic self, like becoming the greatest version of yourself and being in alignment with who God has called you to be. And so I really got that revelation. And even with my past relationship, I'm like, you know, still grieving with that. And to be honest with you, I'm like, oh my goodness, it's a lot. I can't just point the finger, or I can't just say, oh, we weren't on the same page. But baby, two hurt people can't coexist. You know, two broken people can't coexist. There's a lot within myself that I even take accountability for, to say, hey, Mariah, you were still, you know, dealing with things of your past, like your childhood, and the expectation that you had on your own father, because you got daddy issues, baby girl, that you have not, you know, dealt with. You trying to put that expectation on that person, and then, you know, just not just being Miss Perfect. Like I'm always trying to be Miss Perfect, and you know, like that's not what he wanted from me, but that's what I put on myself. Like I literally just got overwhelmed and just drained myself trying to be Miss Perfect for somebody, because that's what I, you know, am used to doing since my childhood. And you know, because I desire to be loved and to be seen, you know, as a middle child, like you trying to find your place in the world. So I was alone a lot as a child. I felt alone. Even though I had, you know, sisters and my family, like I still felt alone. I just didn't feel understood. I just felt out of place. You know, I'm trying to just navigate life. And I realized I brought that into my adulthood, and like just trying to find my place in the world, and you know, feeling alone a lot of times. And just I've grown to see myself as, in a way, seeking attention, because I realized like, dang, like girl, you have not dealt with your past. Like you're trying to see yourself in a certain way, like, or have people see you a certain way, and that's not you. Just be okay with who you are. Like, allow people to love you where you're at, and I realized, like, I was fighting so hard trying to people please, trying to just do so many things, trying to be perfect, like just achieving all these goals, not realizing, like, that was me, like, just be operating in my high functioning depression. Like, that's what led to that, because I'm just like overachieving to prove myself to who, you know? And so it really started, like, just from my dad, my relationship with my dad, which has not always been good, but I've always, tried to prove myself with him, and even with my family. Like, I was the child, like, I would go and do things just to prove myself, or show my tail. Y'all be like, my family used to, call me the rebellious child, because I'm the one, instead of going to church on Sunday, I would rather go out partying. You know what I'm saying? I would rather be the one out trying something new. I never really got into smoking like that, but I would go and have a drink at age 15 or 16. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just, I'm like, okay, let me try it. Y'all said, like, it's a sin, or it's bad to do these things. Okay, I'm going to test the waters and try it out. So that's the kind of, person that I was. And just to show people, like, hey, this is who you get from me. You know what I'm saying? And for what reason, I don't know. Still unpacking that in therapy. So I'm just, like, in this space of, like, whoa, God, like, you're just showing me these things about myself and about my childhood that I had not quite healed yet. And, yes, I desire marriage. Yes, I desire marriage. I desire a family, but I do not want to bring that into my marriage. I don't want to bring that into my child's life. I'm like, we're stopping and breaking these generational curses even now. Like, I am healed, honey. Like, I'm not attaching, my traumatic experiences into my kids' life, period, into my marriage, period. So, no, we stopping this right now. So, I'm very adamant about my healing. My regular therapist, she laughed. She was like, "You sure you want to go every week? I know you go every week for EMDR. That healing can be a lot. Like, it could be exhausting. Are you sure?" I was like, "Please, let's just do every week, because I'm ready to get this stuff over with. I'm tired of myself, actually. I want to get this right, and I want to, not to say have all the answers to life and be this perfect person, but I just want to get through a lot of the healing that I need to do." And it's so crazy. This is a bit of a vulnerable moment, because, living here with my mom is the prayer warrior, prayer intercessor. Baby, you ask her to pray, it's going to happen, period. You don't even got to worry about it. Just give it to Vaughn, and she going to make sure God hears it. And so I felt like, just being here, she's just been praying over my room, and, like, oiling the heck out of everything. Like, just me being able to get a peaceful sleep, getting the most rest I've ever gotten, and just being so comforted here. It's like, whoa, like, I can feel God's presence. And so I struggled with, like, the idea of deliverance, because to me, deliverance has been, in my view of the church, the way the church does it, like, they take you in a bag and tear you, things of that nature. But I had not experienced deliverance for myself. And so God had dealt with me one day, and, like, I'm just sitting in my room, like, literally right here, working from home, and I'm just listening to worship, and I'm just, like, sitting, and, like, I can literally feel God's presence in my room. Like, he's literally right in front of me. And I'm just like, whoa, I just start crying out to God. I just start screaming, like, coughing, all these things. And, like, I was having my own, like, self-deliverance. And I'm so grateful for, God just meeting me where I am. We be so caught up in the world and caught up on everyday life that, like, we forget about God, but God will literally meet you where you are. And so I had that experience with God, and I was just literally sitting at the feet of the Father, like, just getting healed, getting delivered. And God worked through me so much that, I even reached out to my dad, and I was like, you know what? I forgive you. I'm ready to move on, move past a lot of my childhood experiences, because I blamed him for a lot of things. I'm just ready to move on. Like, my dad is still here in the living. You know, his health is not the best. Like my dad is he's about 75 some years old. And so, you know, just my relationship with him has been rocky because I'm like, because of the lifestyle that you chose, it's affected your family. And, you know, I really was frustrated with him about a lot of things. But then in EMDR, I realized me and my dad is quite similar. Me and my dad is very similar. We process our emotions the same. And when I discovered that, God showed me the human being in him. Like the reason why my dad acted out, the reason why he couldn't be the father of the year or even the husband of the year, is because of his emotions. And because he had not dealt with his past, he acted out. And so, without telling all my business, me and my dad, like, we process our emotions the same. So we act out, we try to be perfect, we have a bit of OCD, you know, we have these different, you know, things about ourselves that are very similar. And I didn't realize it. And that's probably why we don't really get along as much, because we are quite similar. Like we have a lot of similarities and we're very much alike. He's a very smart man. I'm a very smart woman. And so it's kind of, and I would challenge him just how he would challenge anybody else. I will challenge you. You know, I will not back down from a challenge. And so, like, we have a lot of similarities, and so it's very difficult to maintain that relationship. But I realized God would not allow me to 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 successfully operate in a healthy marriage when I have not dealt with the daddy issues that I had. And so I literally, in that moment, I text my dad and I said, I forgive you. God loves you. I love you. And I pray that whatever you're going through, that the burden is not heavy. Begins to lighten up for you, and that you see yourself the way God sees you, you know. And I just expressed that to him. I said, look, you're not a bad person. You know, you are a very good person. I hope you see yourself that way, that you not hold any guilt or anything towards yourself, but that you see yourself the way God sees you. And I meant that with my full entire heart. And so I just, you know, have been praying for him, and I pray that, you know, God changes his heart, and I can literally feel God just healing me through that. And, you know, I am quite shocked at how I'm getting these revelations so quickly. I'm like healing so quickly. I'm just really proud of myself for doing the work. And so even in that, I realized, like, wow, Mariah, a lot of your issues, the baggage that you had, you know, you carried into your past relationship. And I just, you know, I even been praying for him. You know, it's quite strange because I'm like, oh my goodness, like, please forgive me for bringing my baggage in our relationship, you know. And I know he got his own baggage that he brought in too, which I forgive him for that. But it's like, just to see myself growing. Whew, here I go crying again. Y'all, I'm so sensitive. Just to see myself growing, like I'm like doing the work. This is so unbelievable. I did not see myself in this space last year, you know, at this time or the years before. But to see myself growing and healing emotionally, spiritually, even physically, I literally lost 6 pounds. And I'm just so proud of myself. I've been consistent in going to Pilates. It is literally a part of my life now. And I've been doing well in school. It was a little rocky at first, but I'm like, nope, I have been doing very well. I'm upholding my A's, but I have A's in both of my classes. But I'm just so proud of myself for, like, doing the work. We can be quick to say, oh, starting over in my 30s and, you know, healing and all this stuff, like, but like, you actually have to do the work. Like, starting over in your 30s is not easy. It's an emotional battle. It's literally like you're healing the past versions of yourself, you know, so that way you can, you know, operating in the greatest version of yourself. And so it's a lot of work, you know. And not to scare anybody who's not 30 yet, is you on your own journey. But it's just a trend going around, like, starting over in your 30s, like, girls are moving into their own apartments, or moving into a new space, or, you know, breaking up with their exes, and just experiencing themselves in this season that they're in by themselves and dealing with their baggage by themselves. And so that's the people that I'm talking to that, you know, yes, most of us desire marriage, desire to build a family at our age. 30s is where it's at. We should have been got started by now, but no, this is our journey. This is where we at now, and I'm learning to be content with that, but also being honored, because it's like, God, you're allowing me to work on myself before I get into that next season of my life. You're allowing me to have this time by myself to be ready for what's to come. You know what I'm saying? Because when you become a mother or a wife, you're not going to have all that time, to yourself. So I'm just so grateful for this time to myself, to be able to explore Mariah, to be able to do the things that I like to do. Like, I learned how to do calligraphy. I'm learning different aspects about myself that, I had not known 30 years of my life, and I'm 31 now, but it's like, whoa, like, girl, you got a lot of stuff you need to work on and deal with to become the greatest version of you. And not just the greatest version of you, but the person that God has called you to be, And so I'm just so grateful for this time. I'm grateful for this healing journey. I'm grateful for just the work that's being done, and whoever it is, my husband in the future, whoever it is, I just pray that, he ready for this new version of me. I just pray that, I can operate in that softly. I'm so used to being hard, being in survival mode, that like this version of Mariah is soft. It's calm. It's not anxious. It's not battling with depression. It's literally having joy and choosing joy, because you have to choose it. You choose how your day is going to turn out. I'm choosing joy. I'm choosing peace. In spite of the situation that happened yesterday with the braids, I'm choosing otherwise. I'm not going to sit here and be angry. I'm not going to blow her phone up. I'm not going to, just go off on her. Like, that's not my character. That's not how I want to operate, So I'm choosing to have joy. I'm choosing to have peace. I'm choosing just to be content with where I am, and I just pray that this encourages you. I just pray that, you get something out of this. For those who are starting over in their 30s and going through this healing journey with me, girl, you're not by yourself. Like, let's grow together. Let's heal together. Like, it's time for us to be prepared for what's next to come, but also enjoy the now. Like, this hell version of yourself, you get to enjoy it by yourself, honey. Like, I was just, funny story, side note, I was on like the dating apps and stuff a couple weeks ago, and I just got annoyed because I'm like, oh my goodness, half of these men don't even know how to make conversation. Like, hey, how you doing, beautiful? Good. How are you? Good. What? Make conversation. Look at my profile. I gave you some conversation starters. And these dating apps is making it easy for you. You can use AI to start a conversation. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, so I ended up I deleted every single app there was that I had. And so I just realized, like, I do not want to meet somebody like this. Like, I want it to be organic. I want it to be a grown man who can make conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not boring. Like, these men was literally boring. Like, what you doing? Boy, you on this date app asking me what I'm doing. Please go find you somebody else to play with, because I'm not the one. So anyway, I'm just so, like, I'm just not there. Like, I'm enjoying this time to myself. I'm not even thinking about dating anymore. I'm not thinking about nothing, none of that. Like, honey, I'm trying to deal and heal me. Like, I'm really trying to deal with the emotions that I've been battling. I'm still even grieving my past relationship. Like, I'm still dealing with a lot of emotions, and how dare I even step into another situation and, bringing that baggage with me. So I'm just so grateful for this time to myself, and I pray that this encourages someone. Like, for those who are single and still trying to figure out, like, girl, your time gonna come. Don't even rush it. Really, really, really soak in this time by yourself. Like, it is vital. It is important. It is your lifeline. I'm telling you, just enjoy it. Just enjoy this. I really, really focus on what you like, what you don't like, because when you get into a relationship, you start to kind of change and be like, well, this person like this, so I'm gonna like it. Like, no, what do you like? So I really encourage you to just focus on you. Like, take this time to just heal and nurture and grow you. That's the most important thing. And I just really, really hope, you really understand what that alignment mean, like really making sure all of that ties in together, your mind, body, and spirit, like it all connects, it all aligns, and you flow better when they all are in a good space, and so y'all pray for me as I am navigating just this healing journey. And it's just been so much that I've been dealing with by myself and dealing with my support system, and just this new season of life that I'm in. And I'm just like living it. I am in the midst of it. Nothing is perfect. It doesn't feel good sometimes. It's a bit uncomfortable for me right now, but I'm okay. I'm choosing joy. I'm choosing peace. I'm choosing to love myself. And it feels good, and I'm choosing to even put God first. Like, I just been in his first shit. You probably like, girl, if you don't go sit down somewhere. But I literally have been in God's face. Like, you have not seen me be out like that. You have not seen me just hanging out with my friends like that, because I just been like literally in the zone, focus mode on school, focus mode on me, and focus mode on God. And that's where I really get the most clarity from, the most, communication with God from, like literally sitting and listening to what he has to say, So I've really been intentional about that, and I just pray that, I don't have many viewers already, but if one person watched this and is blessed by it, and it could be life changing for them, that's the reward, So I'm just so grateful to just be in this space, in this new version of myself. I'm literally, who y'all saw in the old videos, I don't even know who that is anymore. Just this is a new Mariah. I'm very, very, very much growing and healing. Even since my last video, I'm like, whoa, like I've learned so much since then. Like, oh my goodness, like I literally, God did it inside out, upside down, flip, turn around on me, So I'm just so grateful to be in this space, to just have joy, just to have peace. And I'm just grateful, y'all. And I just pray that y'all just take this in, breathe, and let it out, and just allow God to just do his thing in you. And just, I pray that you just be in alignment. I just pray that this whole starting over era for you is mostly just you getting back in alignment with who God has called you to be. So I will talk to y'all in the next one. Peace.